Thrash is a brand new 2026 shark film that is on Netflix streaming and has been for a while. And I just finally got the chance to stream it and check it out. I'm doing a double feature actually tonight on two shark films. The next one is going to be Deep Water. But Thrash is directed by Tommy Wirkola, who I recognize from the Dead Snow films. I love the Dead Snow films, especially the first Dead Snow. It's just a masterpiece when it comes to Nazi zombies. And he did this one, and basically this film is about a flood that, if I'm not mistaken, happens in New Orleans. I could be mistaken on the location, but I think it's New Orleans, or Louisiana somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, this storm happens, this flood comes, and it brings a bunch of sharks into the town, and then all the houses get flooded, and we're dealing with a bunch of characters, including these three kind of preteen teen kids, and then we have this pregnant woman who's also trying to deal with her pregnancy as while surviving this flood and a bunch of sharks. And we have these different characters in this small town, surviving this disaster kind of thing. This film reminded me a lot of Crawl with the crocodile, which isn't the best thing in the world because I didn't love the film Crawl. I do want to give it another chance, but I found that film just it swung so heavy on the B movie that I just couldn't take any of it seriously whatsoever because everything required such a a suspending of disbelief that it was too much. It was just too much, and nothing was realistic, and nothing, everything was so far fetched to the max in that one. So I didn't love it, and this one felt like that, but with sharks. Now I did like this one better. I do like the shark attacks in this one. I do like the gore in this one. I do love the kills in this one, and I think for a shark film, it definitely plays its B movie card excellent. And I think it does the same thing that Crawl did. It knows it's a B movie. It treats itself like a B movie. It executes itself like a B movie. But this one does it right, and this one does it just enough for it to be fun. I had a blast with the film. It's not perfect. I ended up giving this one a 2.5 out of 5. This is split for me. And again, it's because certain things that they try to make funny and cheesy, it just comes off as really ridiculous and stupid, especially everything that has to do with the pregnant woman, because of course in the third act she does end up delivering her baby. And everything that has to do with that is just so ridiculous and far-fetched because you just can't take it seriously, like this woman delivering a healthy, normal baby, and of course both survive. Spoiler alert: it's on Netflix. Both her and her baby somehow end up surviving. The waters and the sharks and the violence and the chaos and everything. But even if you can suspend your disbelief, they try to use music to add to the humor. Like they play that. If I could walk 1,000 miles, I could just see you. I don't know the artist of that song, or I forget, but the famous piano one. They play that while she's given birth, and it's just because it's funny because happy song while this woman's screaming and giving. It's like no, it doesn't work for me. It just comes across as stupid and ridiculous. But when it comes to the sharks and when it comes to the shark action, I liked this one. I liked this one a lot, and I liked how they utilized um, a B movie shark film and how they executed it. I think it was fun. I think Tommy Wirkola knew what he was working with and had fun with it, and you can tell that um, you know he knew what he was doing with the material that he was given. There's a lot of the characters, especially the young ones, who are clearly not from southern United States. I looked them up and I'm like, of course, they are from Australia. And they're trying their damnedest to do a southern accent, but they pull it off mostly, but sometimes it breaks and you're like, yeah, you're not from southern, you're not from the southern United States. Um, but that it just is what it is. Like it does have the guy from Leviticus, which I haven't seen Leviticus yet, but I'm looking forward to watching that one. He's in this film playing a Southern guy and one of the kids, and they all do good. Like they all do, they're characters that you get behind. They're characters that you like. So everybody acts well for the most part with what they're given. I don't have any complaints there. The best part of this film is just the shark carnage, hands down. And then my least favorite, again, it's the humor, and it's just that's usually the case because I don't know. It's hard to execute humor and make it land when it comes to films like this. Like the whole idea of the shark is already funny, and the ridiculousness of like sharks in a flood kind of things. There's already enough humor to play with that you don't need to like boost it with extras like silly music and shit like that. I don't know. That's just me though. 2.5 out of 5 for this one. It's worth streaming, and this is one that I'd watch again for sure. So, yeah, go check it on Netflix if you like your shark. Cheesiness, I guess, and subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more soon, so stay tuned for those. Check out what's on the channel already. Stay tuned for what's coming. Until next review, have a good one. Take care and cheers.